Covering news that matters. Fox 23 News at 6:30 starts right now.
Thanks for joining me at 6:30. I'm Nathan Thompson. Rick Marinon has the night off. University of Tulsa President Brad Carson is only on the job for a couple more weeks through the end of the month. In his first interview since announcing last week he's stepping down, Carson came to Fox 23 to talk to me in depth about why he decided to leave TU, what he's most proud of from his time as university president, and the challenges TU faces going forward, both academically and athletically. Here's our unedited conversation. TU President Brad Carson, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
TU President for a little while anyway. you decided to step down. You have until the end of the month. What kind of thought process was it that you decided to step down and kind of change your career path?
Well, you know, 4 years is pretty intense at a university. It's a very busy schedule. We've done a lot. I came in right on the back end of COVID, so students were just coming back, faculty were coming back. So we've done a lot at the university. We've built it up. We have enrollment at record highs. The retention of students is great. A lot of interesting things happening. So now is the time, kind of at a culminating point, to either like commit to another 10 years, or I had a great opportunity to work at AI, which is a passion of mine. And so probably the right time for the university to find the next leader while I go work on this other project.
So 4 years in, what is kind of the accomplishment you're most proud of in your time there?
You know, I could talk a lot about specific things about retention, enrollment, putting it on sound financial footing, hiring a lot of amazing faculty, great deans. But the thing I'm most proud of really is we got our mojo back a bit. I've always believed as a native Tulsan that TU should be at the center of our cultural life here, sports, artists, speakers, those kind of things. I think we've done a lot of that to put TU really at the forefront of what's happening in the city of Tulsa. We have a great new facility in the downtown arts district. And so all these kind of things mean like kind of got our step back, and that's a good thing.
Now, we are in a time of great change. That's the same for the athletic community or the academic community. What do you think is the biggest challenge as a university for TU going forward? Well,
we're a private university and we're an expensive place to educate students. We have a great endowment, so many students pay almost nothing and no student pays the full price. But it's an expensive place to run, and so we know that in the next couple of years there are going to be fewer high school graduates across the nation, so-called birth dearth. And so I think that's going to be a great challenge for TU going forward, is to maintain sound financial footing while recognizing it's going to be more competitive to get the kind of students that we like.
And you're a president who's been a big fan of athletics,
yes.
And TU being a small college enrollment-wise, there's some challenges for them. What do you think of the athletic department going forward, and also a big change, kind of a tough time to be an athletic program right now because they're going through a lot of change as well?
No, that's right. Athletics is even in greater turmoil than academics. Rick Dixon, who was the athletic director when I came, really did an amazing job. We hired Justin Moore from Texas A&M. He is so sophisticated. He's the right leader. But we're the smallest school in the country to play Division I sports, and so football and basketball. So these are very expensive. We're going to have to start paying players in the fall, right out of the coffers of the university. And we want to be competitive, so we have a new coach. We promised him we would get him the resources. So for Justin Moore, the AD, it's a great challenge. We already see it. The kind of recruits we've got over the last couple of months in basketball, football, women's basketball too, really probably the best we've had in a generation. So very exciting.
And it's a time for several years now where it's kind of a conference. A lot of people are changing conferences. A lot of conferences are looking a whole lot different. What do you think is the future conference-wise for TU?
Well, I think for the next 7 to 8 years, we'll probably be in the AAC. And then, you know, in 2032, 2033, there could be a big breakup across the country as the Big Ten and SEC TV contracts begin to end. You know, I would be surprised if it goes to kind of an English Premier League style, where you have the 30 best teams in the country, and then maybe the next 60 below it. I just want to make sure that TU is positioned to be in that next 60. That's really our challenge. We don't want to play in the same conference as Alabama, where we're a very different profile. But I want to be playing Vanderbilt, Wake Forest, Northwestern, Rice, Tulane, schools like that play Division I football and basketball. Great academic schools, all private. That's the teams I want to be with in like 2032. And that's why the investments now are so critical. Right? If we don't get better, if we don't really show our mark on the field, those teams will want us to be with them.
Now, your time at TU is ending, but you have a great insight, obviously, to the university going forward. What are the steps for for TU now. They're going to hire an interim president as the next step, correct?
Right. In the next few weeks, they'll be announcing who the interim president is. There probably won't be a full-time president, permanent president, for another year at least, I think. It takes about a year at a minimum to search. Sometimes they even do 2 years to search as the interim kind of gets his or her legs underneath her. So probably a couple of years of an interim president, and then they'll go out and search the country to find the next leader.
And what would your advice be to the next leader?
My advice would be, if you're not from Tulsa, you will be astonished by the alumni base, by the beauty of the university, by the support of the community. I mean, the University of Tulsa is a small school, but we hit way above our weight. We have some extraordinary assets, and the people chief among them. Really amazing people in a beautiful city. So it's a great job for the right person.
It's kind of interesting. A lot of people look at your career changes as a big shift, you know, going from university president to going into the AI world. Why did you make that change? What's so important about AI in the future of this country, of this world? So
as you mentioned, I'll be running a nonprofit AI group, really the largest in the country, one of the largest in the world, that's advocating for reasonable safeguards on AI. And I think this is a technology that's going to change the world, change all of our worlds. And it's probably going to hit big in the next couple of years. And so now's the right time to do it, while they're still setting the rules, trying to figure out what laws should govern it, kind of the norms around it. So it's the exact right time if you want to have an impact. I've been passionate about the issue for a long time, and now the chance to run this very large nonprofit group that's advocating for reasonable safeguards, it's just the right moment for me.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting. I know a lot of people out there interested in AI and are using AI already. So just imagining in the years to come how much more it's going to be a part of our lives. Right. It is very interesting. Now, last week you put out a post on social media letting the TU community know that you were changing paths. If you want to have a message to them now on camera, go ahead to the TU community. What do you have to say to them?
It's been my great honor to be a part of the TU community for the last 4 years. As a Jenks High School graduate, I've known TU my whole life practically, and just been a great honor to meet the people. I'm very proud of the work we've done as a team, really, with the alumni, the faculty, the staff, the trustees, and so we hopefully leave it in a much better place than we found it 4 years ago. And I look forward to avidly supporting the next president. I'm still going to be at all the football games, basketball games, and so I'll still be around to support the Golden Hurricane because I really believe in what the school's about.
That's right. Even though you're going to be doing a lot of work in D.C., you will be still living here in Tulsa supporting the team.
That's right.
All right. Thank you to current TU President Brad Carson. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.